Just a tad bit of sort of breaking news. It's funny, right as I'm about to do this video discussing this report that came out about Anheuser-Busch or Bud Light and this sort of mistake of really buying into this whole Dylan situation, which has had its share of ramifications. And I know there's going to be the weirdos who, of course, are going to insist nothing's wrong. They're not losing money. But the CEO just spoke. And I was covering this story here, this was my initial plan, to talk about this, and that the Daily Mail, or rather citing the Daily Wire, reported that it was polarizing and the executives within the company, even though the VP, which I would consider certainly an executive, seem to speak about this trajectory that they're on in modernizing, I guess, Bud Light or whatever. But this reporter has said that they didn't know about this. And as it says right here, it says the decision to include Mulvaney in the campaign was taken by a low-level marketing staffer. I don't know what's true or not. Minimum, what we have to accept is the CEO, this is not an apology, I want to be clear, but the CEO is at minimum, it hurt their pockets enough and the bottom line enough, or at least the vision, the brand enough for them to come out and say this. And that is, he says right here, he goes on, this is right from Anheuser-Busch. And it goes on to say, hey, we honor the fabric of this country. They employ people from different communities, military, first responders, all this sort of stuff. We know this is clearly aimed at people that lean, let's say, the other way of the leftists. And this is what, I guess, the intriguing part about it says: we never intended to be a part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over beer. My time serving this country taught me the importance of accountability and values upon which America was founded: freedom, hard work, and respect for one another. As CEO of Anheuser-Busch, I'm focused on building and protecting our remarkable history and heritage. I care deeply about this country, this company, our brands, and our partners. I spend much of my time traveling across America, listening and learning from our customers, distributors, and others. Moving forward, I will continue to work tirelessly to bring great beers to consumers. So it's not an apology, which some people would say, what exactly do they need to apologize? And that's the bed that you want to make, by all means. I think it would have made a lot more sense, or at least it would have been very on the nose if he had just come out and said, yeah, if it was indeed true, this last report that we had just talked about, this was not something that we intended to involve ourselves in. There were some other people. I mean, essentially, you're throwing your company, I guess, employees under the bus, saying that, well, that was their idea, it wasn't ours, and that wasn't the intention. But he doesn't say that. He just says that they never intended to be a part of the discussion. So it's not an apology. But again, some people are going to say there's nothing to apologize for. My position is that, look, these companies are massive, guys. I wouldn't at all be surprised if guys through the lower level that run that part, because look, man, CEOs don't run every aspect of the business. You're supposed to entrust other people to do that sort of stuff. And look, when you have bad apples, or you have people that are analyzing markets incorrectly, they may do something stupid like that and think that, well, hey, if we buy into this person, we are going to get a bunch of support and our sales are going to increase because of it. So many companies have made this disastrous mistake of thinking TikTok and like Twitter and websites as such, social media, are indicative of sales, because there's these loud sort of minorities that scream and screech. And obviously Bud Light was very tone deaf in who their target demographic is. And the VP of marketing, she was completely out of her mind. But that's what happens. That's what happens. I think that this is a lesson for all of you. You're making at no point are you going to be, if you grow, there's always going to be a certain part of the business, if you are an owner, that you're going to hit and you're like, I can't wear all the hats. So you grab people that you can trust. You always have to keep tabs on it because this is an out of control mega corporation. That's essentially what this is. So with the billions of dollars that they're bringing in, it's nobody knows who exactly. I mean, there's a job for the job for the job for the job. So if you get that big, it's going to be impossible. But it's a lesson in a lot of these folks are hiring ticking time bombs who make dumb decisions thinking that it's good decisions. And maybe it's the executives aren't in the know, or which is more often the case, they've hired these people and trusted these people, and they unfortunately, or fortunately, if you are one of us that are taking advantage of what the market is dictating here and just giving you guys what it is you want. But often they're just being convinced, the executives they are, and you have bad decisions like this being made. It's hard to tell what's true, though. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultra Max, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically even with Rippaverse orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.